Next concept we'll look at is this idea of willful blindness. And what willful blindness just means is that you didn't necessarily have the knowledge, right? And remember, for willfulness, you need knowledge and desire of what it is that you're doing. So willful blindness is a situation where you don't have the knowledge of what it is that you're doing. Yeah, you still are voluntarily performing an action, but you don't necessarily know, oh, well, I didn't know that this belonged to somebody else, so it's not theft. However, if you're in a situation like that, but you've intentionally put yourself in that situation, like you intentionally didn't want to know what it was that you were doing was illegal and you went out of your way to avoid knowing that, we're still going to consider that the same as willfulness. It's that you desired or intended to do the action, but you didn't know that the action was criminal only because you went out of your way to avoid it. So let's say, for example, you're charged with possession of stolen property. Like you've got whatever it is, an iPhone, and you're arrested for some reason. They search your pockets for weapons. They find the iPhone. They realize the iPhone is stolen, and you say, "Well, I didn't steal this. I didn't know it was stolen." And they said, "Well, where'd you get it?" And you're like, "Well, that's none of your business." And they say, "Well, do you have a receipt?" And you say, "Well, I don't have a receipt." And they say, "Well, why don't you have a receipt?" And you say, "Well, I actually bought it off a guy on the corner who said that he had this great new iPhone that he happened to be wanting to sell to me for $20, and I thought it was a great deal." And I'm like, all right, well, even if you didn't know that it was stolen, because the guy didn't say, "Hey, you want to buy this stolen iPhone," under the circumstances, there was enough information there that you were trying not to know that it was stolen, but the only reason you didn't know it was stolen is because you intentionally didn't want to know, right? This is kind of, you could think of willful blindness as, hey, no questions asked, I don't want to know. And the law treats this just the same as if you did know, right? It's not like you can get off the technicality of pretending that you didn't know when everybody knows that you should have known. It doesn't even count as being a notch down from willfulness. It's just as good as knowledge. You had the desire, and yeah, we know you're saying you didn't have the knowledge, but we all know that you would have had the knowledge if you didn't go out of your way not to have it.